Hi everybody and welcome to this week's Into the Kitchen where we get to talk about what's in the kitchen. Yeah, salt's been a huge topic. It's like people ask me, oh, what sort of salt do you use and why do you use it and which is a good salt and which is a bad salt, and you know, to tell you the truth, like I always go back to actually what you said before, Scott, was if you are to use table salt that is, what's that? I can't remember the brand of it, but you guys know what I mean. Salt that's been really processed and it has aluminium in it. I mean, you make that decision whether that's something you want to eat. That's my health tip for today on salt. But I've got some beautiful crystals here. Check that out. This is pink Himalayan salt. Look at it. It's amazing. Now this actually comes in other colours as well. I've seen it in orange, I've seen it in grey, I've seen it like it's got a real high sulphur content to it. It's like rotten egg. I've seen that before. This salt, you know, they've done a lot of tests on it. There's a lot of peer-reviewed stuff out there about how many minerals contained in this salt. And there's quite a lot of minerals in this salt, which is good, beautiful. So we add salt to whole food. It's just what we do, okay? Because there's no salt in real food, so we add it to it. And when people say, oh, I can't have salt, I've got high blood pressure or low blood pressure, I always say to people, what are you eating? And they say, oh, well, I have this, and I have this, then I have this, and I have this processed thing, and I have this, and I love pies, and there's the salt that's really highly processed. So I always go back to nature. Nature knows best. That's Himalayan. Then I've got this beautiful, and this is Big Tree Farms. I'm a big fan of this company, a huge fan of this company. You can order it online. They ship around the world. They are in a lot of stores in Australia and in America. Quite gorgeous. This is the local Bali sea salt. Check this out. This is sifted through black sands. So originally this is from black sands around Bali beaches, and look at it, it's just this really gorgeous, and it's such time consuming. Harvesting salt is time consuming, and we forget that when we just sprinkle it on our food. I do. I forget it. Do you ever think about it, Scott, about salt? No, you don't. It's amazing. This salt, there's a sweetness to it. It's really not as sharp as this salt. The salt, my mum always says to me, Himalayan salt's really strong. Remember she said that when we were home?
She is very strong.
This is really super sweet. It's really quite gorgeous. And then we've got some black salt, which is kind of cool. This is some salt that has been activated with charcoal. So it was originally white, and what they've done is they've activated the charcoal. This is also quite delicate and sweet and yummy. I cannot taste the charcoal in there, which is amazing. This is also from the mountains in Cyprus. This is from the seas around Indonesia. This is from the Himalayan mountains. Then you've got Celtic sea salt, which I don't have any with me today, but it's Celtic sea salt, and it's kind of a dirty, browny looking salt. And that also is quite strong in flavour. But all these contain a really high mineral content. And what that means is, well, we're made up of minerals. We're made up of nature. So taking ourselves back into nature and having this stuff in our homes is the way to go to salt our food. And moving away from the processed salts and the salts that are made in labs and put into our food that's highly processed is something we want to individually look at and see if that's where we want to be. Okay, so it's your choice of what you do. But we've already proven in science that this stuff has an immense amount of minerals in it, okay, which is quite gorgeous. So that's the topic on salt.
How do you take that and make it usable in cooking?
Very clever. I was going to leave you just then. Okay, there's two things you can do. You can put these beautiful isms, which are really quite chunky, into a stone thing, and you get this really fine, or I chuck it in a Vitamix.
Oh, really?
Yep, I am not going to sit there and pound my salt. I put it into my Vitamix, look at it. It's streaming glory. So I pop it in my Vitamix, grind it down, and I get beautiful salt, and it just sits there, right there. I can go away for months and come home and that salt is still sitting there. Look at it. Oh, I just love it. It's like meditative, isn't it? Anyway, look for salt in its natural form, as close to nature intended it to be, with low human interference. Keep it simple. Don't complicate it. Don't be searching for what minerals are in it. just enjoy nature. Keep it very simple, folks. And I'll see you next week. Is my tongue black from the charcoal?
Yeah. Yeah, let's have a closer look.
You know what I've used this for? In the online cooking classes.
On the caramel, was it?
I've pre-recorded these online cooking classes. If you're interested, just have a look in the website. They're really epic. But I put this on the salted caramel slice. And the black and the white of the slice, like that caramel sweet and then the saltiness. Epic.
Fine.
Have a look if you want to.